evening, dear viewers, and welcome to RTD's English News Edition. The top stories. The Ministry of Women and Family celebrates the National Week of the Child. Djibouti and USA organized a symposium on environmental safety. And before starting with the national news, I'm going to take you to Kenya, where the country prepares tomorrow for the largest ceremony that is none other than the investiture ceremony of the President Uhuru Kenyatta, who wins the presidential elections on October 26, 2017. Uhuru Kenyatta, candidate winner of the Kenyan presidential election, will take oath tomorrow before Kenyans at the Kasarani Stadium in Nairobi. Several heads of states of African government were invited to the great investiture ceremony of President of the Kenya to know the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele, who is expected tomorrow in Kenya. The participation of the head of state at this ceremony for the future of the Kenyan capital has been officially invited to receive his Kenyan approval and reveals all the estimates and considerations of the highest authorities in this country to President Gele. In addition to the officials of Kenya, thousands are expected for the investiture ceremony to be held at Kasarani Stadium in Nairobi. This is an event in which the Kenyan government has much invested, and the president of the organizing committee has officially declared to have implemented all the means and provisions necessary to take this event. Furthermore, the Ministry for Foreign Affairs has been directly responsible for ensuring maximum international presence, in particular by targeting Africa, Middle East and Asian leaders. For the right thing of this great day, exceptional safety measures will be deployed for November 28. And finally, the great majority of the Kenyans are prepared to celebrate the festival with their elected President Uhuru Kenyatta, who will be invested in governing Kenya for the next 5 years. The Japanese diplomat Mr. Tetsuo Abe was received this Monday, November 27, at the VIP lounge of the Prime Minister by the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed. The meeting took place in the presence of the Secretary General of the Premature, Naguib Abdullah Kamil. The ambassador has been accredited to Djibouti since 2015, and this farewell visit marked the end of nearly 2 years of service of the diplomat on Djibouti soil. The diplomat warmly thanked the Djiboutian government for the reception that was reserved for him in the country during his mandate. He described Djibouti-Japanese cooperation as fruitful and helpful. Mr. Tetsuo Abe also expressed the wish to see his country further support the efforts of Djibouti turn to economic development, training and development of agriculture. He has not failed to highlight the economic component and bilateral projects that are being implemented in the country. So many projects that come, he said, materialize the strengthening of Djibouti-Japanese cooperation in various fields. In the framework of its visit to Somalia, the Djiboutian parliamentary delegation, led by the President of the Assembly, Mohamed Ali Hamad, visited the new Djiboutian embassy under construction in Mogadishu. Located at the edge of the sea in the Djiboutian capital, the work of the construction was launched by the President Ismail Margele and the Somalian President. The whole delegation assessed the state of progress of the embassy of Djibouti. Our country was the first country to have accredited an embassy in the Somali capital, Mogadishu. The University of Djibouti today holds an exhibition of the works presented by the painter Rifki Abdul Qadir Bomakrama and the student at the University of Djibouti. This exhibition took place in the presence of the Minister of Higher Education and Research, the President of the University of Djibouti, and several students of the university. This exhibition by Mr. Bomakrama is titled Transparent Perspective, which allows the university students to better knowledge the art of Djiboutian painting. The painter Rifki Abdul Qadir and the student at the University of Djibouti, Ms. Abir Mohamed Ali, have presented the most ancient explanations. In an interview with the national television, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed Ahmed, said he was delighted to see these works, and he encouraged painters to continue their work to better discover the world of painting to our youth. Under the leadership of the Minister of Labour responsible for the reform of the administration, an annual meeting of the Labour and Social Security National Council has been held this morning at the People's Palace. This meeting on the future of work will last for 2 days, and debates will focus on conversations related to the theme of decent jobs for all. This is an opportunity to discuss the future of work in our country. The conclusions of these consultations will be Djibouti's contribution to the Continual Initiative on the Future of Work as part of the ILO's Continual Celebration in 2019. This meeting was attended by sociologists, religious leaders and researchers to enlighten us on the place of work in our society, our relations to work from a culture and religious point of view. And for his part, the Minister of Labour in charge of the administrative reform, Hassan Idris Samirre, clarified that the National Council of Labour and Employment and Social Security is a place where the structure of the social dialogue puts in perspective the opportunities to make progress, to find solutions that benefit everyone on all issues that affect the labour relations. Continuing with the national news, the Ministry of Habitat and Environment, in close collaboration with the United States Embassy, has organized a symposium on the safety of the environment. This workshop, which will last for 3 days, will facilitate the dialogue on environmental safety issues to promote interagency cooperation and strengthen the institutional framework in the environmental safety capabilities that are in particular water, energy, security, data management, and ocean literature issues, public health and waste management. This symposium hosts different national and African experts, and it will open the debate on the best environmental practices. In the context of the celebration of the National Week for the Djiboutian Children, the Ministry of Women initiated activities in the regions as in the capital to benefit the children of this week in all the territory. To mark this World Children's Day, a number of events are organized by the Minister of Women and Family. And let's recall that this day marks the anniversary of the International Convention on the Rights of the Child on November 20th, 1989. The Minister of Women and Family, Mrs. Mumina Hamad, made a speech on this occasion in which she underlined the importance of childcare, which was inaugurated today in the popular district of PK12 on the occasion of the launch of the National Week of the Child. The Minister took this opportunity to thank the residents of PK12 and call on parents to take care of this as well as where children from 2 to 3 years old will be educated and raised. The Bas Army Camp in the Ali Sibih region has organized a ceremony of decoration this morning. The ceremony started with an army attack in the passage in review of the troops by Lieutenant Colonel of the Army PS Abdul Wathaq bin Muhammad. After the review of the troops, the head of the Corps PS Army of the Ali Sibih region, the Lieutenant Colonel, decorated 14 soldiers to mark their appreciation and courage. This promotion is crowning the gigantical efforts deployed by the staff of the Djiboutian Armed Forces to encourage the National Army of Quality. And on the news outside our borders, Saudi-led coalition fighting in Yemen has reopened. The country continues to descend in chaos while the humanitarian situation deteriorates. Hinda Ibrahim has more to tell us.
Saudi Arabia has Arabia has the European port desperately needed for delivery after a blockade that lasted for more than 2 weeks. The Saudi press agency said on Tuesday that it will reopen Holiday port to receive urgent humanitarian and relief materials, and Sana'a airport to UN aircraft from midday on Tuesday 9 a.m. but did not specify if it will ease a blockade on commercial traffic. Holiday, which is controlled by Houthi rebels backed by Saudi Arabia's arch-rival Iran, is a key conduit for much needed food and medicine imported to Yemen. The coalition imposed a total blockade of Yemeni ports and airports 2 days after the Houthis fired a missile at Saudi Arabia on November 4.
Well, thank you for joining us on RTD, and this is it for this news. Have a good night.